have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. The Longhorns will kick it away to start. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. So the Vanderbilt Commodores return team didn't help matters out much there. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Danced his way through traffic, pickup of 4 to the 19. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Back to pass, it's Pavia. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Had to throw it before he wanted.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So the Texas Longhorns offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got his man to the left. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Burnt Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
Making those big plays down the field. Texas, when you think about great teams, you think about explosive playmakers, making those big plays, keeping those defenses on their heels.
These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Looking downfield, it's Ewers. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for room. It's Alexander. On the move at the 30. Made a defender miss. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. After the big first down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get into the 33-yard line.
A nice job by the offense there, attacking the middle of the field. Excellent route, finding the soft spot in the defense. Nice job by the quarterback putting it right on his guy.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll bring it out. It's Bond. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Little touch pass to the receiver. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Finds the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. He's going to fire deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Commodores will call on their punt team.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They move the chains on the ground. Now another first down. He's looking to throw it. He's got him wide open. Across the 25, he's got room. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First down to start the drive after the break. Handoff from the gun. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3.
Brings up second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
I'll tell you what, that was a lightning fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put it. I know that.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Hard-hitting tackle.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
They're going to run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
In a 4th and goal situation, bring in the beef. The goal line package, all the heavy guys, the tight ends, and just pound the rock when you need it. Running back falling forward, getting the touchdown. Offense just went big on your booty.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Appalachian State is ahead in this one, and we've seen this program pull off some incredible wins over the years, but they're not there yet. They're up by a field goal over Georgia State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Commodores want to pick up the tempo. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And here comes the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Ewers. And they got him for the sack.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
He gets a block. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Longhorns! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This is hardly the start they dreamed of, down 21-3, but get a touchdown here and you feel like you're back in it, Jesse.
Yeah, and it's frustrating for this offense as well because they've got the horses. They've got playmakers to light this scoreboard up, much more than the 3 points we're seeing here. I think you just got to stay true to yourself, do you, David, and know that the points are going to come.
Well, it's also frustrating when the defense is giving up points almost every single possession. So they need to score here and take this down and have a good drive, and then the defense needs to pull their weight a little bit too.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Back to throw, it's Pavia. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. The Commodores want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. He's looking downfield to throw. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the drive.
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity.
And the pass is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a nice catch by the defense. In fact, listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Pressure coming. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He's looking for an open man on second down. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. From the gun, running back on the move. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive. I'm not backed up in my own end. I can stay aggressive here. Try to get a field goal, Palmer. Try to get in range to get some kind of points before half.
Yeah, 2 biggest things are you got to protect the quarterback, and the QB cannot throw a pick here in this situation. If you do those 2 things, you got an opportunity here to steal some points.
Looking for a man. It's Ewers. The throw to the outside is complete. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Well, you can tell those 2 have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback checking the play. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's going to let it go. And that pass is intercepted. Got room on the return. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Commodores will kick it off to start the second half.
Number 88, set to kick it off.
Coming out with it, it's Bond. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the grab on the left side. Afterburners coming. The 10. Touchdown, Texas! And the pummeling has started. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And I love the play call. Oftentimes offensively, you like to throw the football deep down in your own end and take shots because you're anticipating man coverage. So if you get a receiver that can get behind the defense, that has a chance to be a home run type play. And you saw it work out exactly that way right there.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Line gets set, 1st down. The run from the shotgun. At the 35, he's open. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. In their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got him in the flat. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running.
And the blitz gets to him just like that. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block.
The Commodores will punt it away on fourth down. And these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy.
Looking for a huge play. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Man, this poor quarterback, he's got no time. You got to protect your quarterback. You got to find different ways to do it. Sometimes it's not working with 4 wide receivers. Maybe you bring in a couple tight ends. Go max protection, more guys blocking, less guys in routes, but you got to find something to have success.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Give to the running back. Crosses the 30, he's got away. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They've moved to the 16. It's first and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Red pass is complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays and then make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and bring him down for a huge loss.
Between the uprights, it's good. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bond. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. They'll run this play from the pistol. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. It's complete to the left. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Single back formation, and they give it to it. Getting that push, they pick up a 4 out to the 26.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
And the Commodores line up to punt it away. Looking for a block. It's Bond. He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous. Chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Coming out on first down with the play fake. The freshman able to get home with the sack. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the air, it's Pavia. Gets away. And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
On fourth down, looking to pass. And that ball is picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You've got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible? And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
Now on the option. Now the pitch. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. Gonna run it. It's Baxter. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's already made one. The holder will put it down at the 26 for a 36-yard try. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. But this offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. We'll see if they can dig one up that goes forward this time on second down from the 18. They're trying to get to it. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
Here comes the Texas offense. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
The expressway is wide open. Inside the 30. They're able to make the stop, but a little extra icing on this winning cake in this one. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his